about this quarterback situation because we got to talk about it because everybody in their right mind wants to talk about the backup. I cannot remember a time in my life. I cannot remember a time in my life where there have been so many messages and so much social media like fodder about a backup quarterback situation.
This is what we used. You don't remember Mike McMahon? Like we might be hinting at some of the players that we could tease in the next topic, but I mean, we've always been pre Stafford and post Stafford. We've always been a sucker for backup quarterbacks for whatever reason. I don't get it, but I mean, here we are. This is what we're
Look,
looking at
here's what I'm going to say. If your backup quarterback situation is the thing that you want to talk about and are worried about the most,
in the preseason.
then you can't be worried about your starters. Like if that is your
Mm,
utmost concern, then you also have to say that there's nothing else that you're concerned about.
right.
If that is your belief, that it's like, oh my gosh, this team is like complete except for these doggone backup quarterbacks. like, come on, like, can we talk about the linebacking core for a second? Can we talk about the fact that like our offensive line
Sure.
is good, but are we sure that they're going to be able to protect Golf? Are we sure that as we'll talk about in the hard knocks segment here, like does DeAndre Swift care about even being a professional football player? Just like if the backup quarterback is your biggest concern, then you can't say that you're concerned about anything else. What's your take on the backup quarterback situation?
Sadly, I have one. I mean, the fact that we're giving takes for it anyways is, is
We
what
have to.
this is
We
where
have
we
to.
at. So let's do it. Yep.
I analyze. I mean, listen. I was watching the game with a critical eye,
Yeah, I
right? Like,
listen. I was upset. I was upset with David Blau last game, and I didn't walk away from this game any happier with him. Like he would just seem out of sync the whole time. Like the crossing route in this I think in the second quarter when they were on the goal line where what was it, 84, I think I forgot his name. I think Stilva, he was reaching back and he's running full speed. He's got to turn around for the ball when all you had to do was lead him. There was another with Pimpleton in the same second quarter. He had him open, but he had to turn back and look for the ball and had it broken up because he couldn't lead him. I didn't like anything that I saw from Blau that game. TB12, my guy, I was very impressed with. He came out on his first drive, found a good rhythm. He got protected well, made some good passes, found Tim Kennedy for his second touchdown of the day. I'm not gonna say I'm impressed, but I was pleased with what I saw. And if I had to make a choice, I think it's a pretty easy call based on what we've seen so far.
I think it's a pretty easy call too. Now look, I give all that crap about caring about our backup quarterback situation, but I knew we were going to talk about it. So guess who I was watching very closely this game? The backup quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
That's who I was analyzing, rewinding plays and watching them. And I'll tell you this: David Blau on the first drive looked okay.
Hmm.
He looked confident. He looked comfortable. He was on time. He was accurate. Like he moved him down the field, but settled for three. Why did he settle for three? Because he misread the defense.
Right.
You had I think it was like a 3rd and 7. It wasn't even 3rd and goal. You had like a 3rd and 7. He throws a 7 route to the corner in between two guys when
Yeah.
his speed out was wide open.
Yep.
That would have gotten him the first down and kept the drive going. Misreading that defense forced a ball in between three players. He got tipped up for an interception.
Yep.
Those types of mistakes are going to lose you a spot on the roster if you continue to keep doing that. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but in 2 games, he has our only turnovers.
Yeah. He has his fumble and then
The
that interception
interception.
he threw. Yeah. That's it.
And then
That's
Tim
been it.
Boyle comes in the second half, and he's smooth, he's calm, he's collected. Now, I think that Blau is obviously a better athlete, has a little bit more escapability.
Hmm.
Boyle, on the other hand, I think could actually command, I mean, he commanded an offense against 3rd and 4th stringer. So it is what it is with the backup quarterback situation. The problem is regardless of who you put in there, it's not going to be a great situation for anybody
No.
because Boyle, we already talked about, doesn't have experience, and we've seen him. There was one point in his career where he had like more interceptions than touchdowns thrown. So,
Yeah.
like, he has a problem reading defenses too, and he's less athletic. So, it's just it's not great. But there's one
Yeah.
more preseason game left.